and welcome back to another video of Ando Food and Fitness. Another finance video, not on a Friday. Whoa, pretty wild. I didn't upload a video last week because I was just like, I'm gonna chill this weekend. I had freaking 4 days off, no uni, no doing anything, just chilling. Well, I was working, but I find that chill. Sometimes you just need that. And I hung out with friends and we laughed. That's not the point of this video. Today for finance, I want to talk about money mindset. The last few videos, we have got our money plan, we have got some tips on saving, some sneaky little tips, and we've got our money goals and all that. But money mindset is the thing that will tie all of that together, okay? So money mindset, what the heck is it? It is the way we think and act towards money. And that is really important because we can have all the goals we want and all the plans in place, but if our money mindset isn't right, then we probably won't achieve it. So these are my top tips for having a good money mindset. The first one I want to talk about, and this is actually really big. A lot of people bring this up with me and they talk about how much they just can't stop online shopping or just purchasing, impulse buying and stuff like that. So the first thing I want to talk about is less is more. And that is what I try to live by. So I like to have nice things, but less of this. I could easily go into Supre or the cheap shops where they have cheap quality stuff, but instead I'm bougie gal, kind of. And I'll go into Universal store where I love everything there and I'll just buy a nice t-shirt. And if you look at my wardrobe, I've had most of my clothes 5 years. Also helps that I'm a little human and I don't grow. Rip. So I actually really recommend doing a cull and having a more minimalistic approach, because then you have time to just appreciate the things that you do have instead of focusing on the things you don't have. So I know that point was a bit of a ramble, but basically what I'm getting at is just try and own less stuff, but just really nice that you love. And then you actually have time to appreciate what you have instead of this constant want for more. And I'm gonna tell you a hard pill to swallow, and it is you will never have enough. I have so many friends who are like, I just need to buy this one top and then I'll have everything I want. But then the next week they say the same thing about a skirt or something different. I promise you, you will never have enough. So stop trying to be like, once I have this one item, I'll be happy or I'll be satisfied, stuff like that. Once you kind of just stop and be like, okay, I don't actually need these clothes. And if I do, I'm gonna have a long, hard think about them. So just have less and appreciate what you have right now, okay? Because yeah, I could constantly go out and look on Instagram and look at all the girls and be like, oh, I don't have all of that. But I'm like, no, I have a beautiful wardrobe already. I don't need any more stuff. And if I do, I'll have a long, hard think about it. So that was a long point, but really, really important. Less is more, and you're just gonna be so much more content and happy with your life when you appreciate what you have instead of constantly thinking about what you don't have. And that one really, really did change my life. Oh my gosh. The second tip is, if something is on sale, say if you go in and it says 20% off and you're like, oh, 20% off, yes. And you buy a t-shirt and you're like, yes, I saved 20%. You did not just save 20%. You just spent 80%, okay? Just because something is on sale doesn't mean you should buy it. You're actually not saving money because you probably wouldn't have bought that anyway, okay? So don't be like, oh, it was on sale, all right? For me, if I'm looking for a certain product and I see it on sale, I'll be like, oh my gosh, awesome, it's on sale. But if you weren't looking for that in this first place, don't just buy it because it's on sale, okay? And that's how they get you. They're like, whoa, limited time only, sale, but there's always sales going on. So don't be like, oh, I have to get it. It's an advertising strategy, okay? It's scarcity strategy. I study this stuff, okay? So trust me, there's always gonna be sales and they're always trying to sneakily be like, oh, get it now, otherwise you're never gonna get it, okay? Don't believe that, sister, brother. Okay. The next tip is your money story. So I've definitely talked about this in creating a money plan, so I'll just quickly go over it, but it's just about how you were brought up around money. Was it feared? Was it loved? Was it not talked about? Was it talked about too much? Just understand where your money habits come from, and then you can kind of be like, okay, I was brought up like this, I actually don't like that characteristic, so I'm gonna change it. Or, I was brought up like this, I love that characteristic, I'm gonna keep going with that. Okay, so just know that type of thing. The next thing is just remembering that little things add up. So getting a coffee every day, oh, I'll just get that monthly subscription for like 30 bucks. No, that adds up to $360 a year. Also a $5 coffee every single day adds up to $1,825 a year. Oh, crazy. So just remember that those little things absolutely add up. I'm not saying don't get it. If that adds tons of value to your life, absolutely go for it. The next money mindset is, and I really do want to make a complete video on this, but it's spending your money more happily. Is that a word? I don't know. But I've been reading this book called Happy Money, and it tells you scientifically happiest way to spend your money. One of the points which I'll bring up now is, say if buying coffee makes you happy. Yes, it may make you happy. However, buying it every single day definitely takes away the happiness because you're getting it every single day, so it's not special. So maybe cut back to buying a coffee like once or twice a week, which is definitely what I do, and then that's like a treat and brings more happiness. So maybe actually cutting back on your treats will make it more enjoyable when you do have them, if that makes sense. The next tip is spending money on what you value. I've definitely gone on about this a lot, but if you're a fashion queen and you love that stuff and you post that stuff, that's okay if you want to go spend money on your clothes and you love every single bit. But if you're actually not that fast on clothes and you're like, why the heck do I keep buying all this stuff? Then maybe just stop putting your money there and start putting money to things that you value. As you guys have seen, love spending money on health food and groceries and coffee and all that. So that's what I put my money towards once I've put money towards saving and investing in my future and all that. But then the money left over, I'll put towards stuff that I value and that brings me happiness. So definitely find that. The next one kind of ties into that, and it's experiences over objects make you so much more happy. So think about all the things you've ever purchased and think about how much joy that has brought you. And maybe at the beginning it brought you a lot, but then that kind of slowly wears off and then you're like, I want the next thing. Whereas if you think about experiences that you've bought, so like traveling, concerts, festivals, all that stuff, or even going out for a nice meal with your friends, those are literally priceless because you will probably constantly look back on them and be like, oh, what a good time. So for example, people are like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you bought a Splendor ticket. They're like $650. Are you kidding me? That was the best money I ever spent because those were the best 3 days of my whole entire life. No exaggeration. So much fun. And I constantly look back on those experiences and I have no regrets. So maybe look towards more spending your money towards experiences than objects. And that is a more happy way to spend your money. Woo! The last and final tip, I don't think this is a money mindset one actually, but we'll finish on this tip anyway. Make sure you are living on less than what you have coming in, because then that means that you are always going to be saving a little bit, and that is a beautiful way to be. Definitely be aware of lifestyle creep, which is when your income increases, your spending increases. What you want to do is you kind of want to just sustain what you're spending whilst your income is increasing. A lot of you guys watching this are students, so you are used to living on not much, which is awesome. So try sustain that, like not being stingy, but just being smart and savvy with your money. So when you do get a big kid job and your income increases, you're like, the bar is low. And so just try and like sustain that. And then you'll be saving lots and being able to invest lots, and it'll just help your future self. I don't think money makes you happy, but I think being financially free makes you happy. And if you can nail that last point, then you will always be happy and you will always be financially free, which is the overall goal. I have a very low income coming in, but I still get to do everything I want to do and achieve it. And I really think you can live wealthy on a low income as long as you have a plan in place and have good money mindsets. So that was a very quick video, one once again, but I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please make sure you like, follow, subscribe, because this platform is on both YouTube and Instagram, so go check out the other side of it. That would be very much appreciated. Please let me know what you thought of this video, because your kind comments definitely keep me going. Like literally just getting one comment or like message being like, oh my gosh, I love this, or this changed it, which really helps me so much. Wow, I'm so up myself. No, I'm kidding. I'll see you guys next week or this week for another video. This week's video is so exciting. Well, I think it is anyway. Okay, I'm very much procrastinating from doing university, so I'm gonna go do that now. Okay, bye.